Henrietta was really rather large, and so Babram sent our Trojan van, which went about 30 miles an hour, to a top speed of 30 miles an hour, and was extremely uncomfortable. And the driver and the electronics man from Babram trundled up to Edinburgh. Nobody had introduced them. They didn't know what each other's names were, and they spent about 2 days on the road not knowing each other's names. They then loaded up Henrietta, drove her back to Babram with, luckily, all her circuit diagrams, which were exclusive to her, as so much was in those days. You built your apparatus, only you knew what it contained. Why I was building this was because at that time there was quite a lot of interest in the organophospho compounds, which had been developed as nerve gases in the war, and they were then being used as insecticides. And there was a lot of controversy about whether they were dangerous and whether they produced ill effects, etc., etc. And there was evidence that they produced demyelination of the nerve fibres. So the idea was that I would build this apparatus and then go down to Babram and record action potentials, etc., and see exactly what the effects of these compounds were. These organophospho compounds, they all have anticholinesterase effects, but some of them cause demyelination and some of them don't. And that is still, as far as I know, hasn't been solved. It was only half my PhD, because the other half, which I did in much more close collaboration with Catherine Hebb, concerned the transport of cholinesterase transferase down nerves, and we worked on goats. And we used the lesion technique, whereas we sectioned the sciatic nerve of goats or ligated it, and then measured cholinesterase transferase levels both above and below the ligature. And so this was adding to the sort of basic knowledge about how the enzyme was being transported from the cell body where it's made down to the periphery where it works.